Every holiday has its traditions. Candy canes, twinkling lights, awkward family dinners, and apparently, murder. Because someone decided Christmas needed a body count. Welcome back, everyone. Today we are reviewing the holiday slasher, I Know What You Did Last Christmas. A slasher that takes the guilty formula that we all love and know and wraps it in tinsel and stabs it repeatedly. And it has a very festive knife, and I'll get to that in the end. This is going to be a non-spoiler review, so don't worry, I'm not going to spoil anything. I'm just going to go into the little details that makes the film and if I would recommend it or not. So let's get to it. This movie asks a simple question. What if your past sins didn't come back to haunt you, but to put you on a naughty list permanently? We got a masked menace, snow-soaked suspense, jump scares hiding behind Christmas lights, and a killer who proves that Santa isn't the only one watching this time of year. So, does this holiday horror actually deliver the goods? Or is it just coal in our stocking? Let's break it down. Alright, so this movie follows a group of, I guess, young adults. I don't want to say teenagers because clearly they aren't teens.
You don't say!
But it has that trope of friends coming together after they did something where they left their friend or some frozen woman outside. They made fun of her and they just let her rot and die in the cold. That part was really never truly explained on what was happening, because there's themes that a slasher guy, a person in a mask is there already. And that part really doesn't make any sense if you ask me. But towards the whole thing, you know, it flashes to like it was a dream, like one of the friends had. And they're all brought to this cabin, and, you know, one by one, they're like, who brought us here? Why are we all here as a group? And then obviously someone says,
are we even going to talk about why we're all here?
Clearly, that is one of those things to where it's like, what can we come up with any other plot? Like, I'm sure this has been done before, obviously, but I'm assuming it's like 1 year later and the group is back together again. Then, one by one, this killer in a mask wearing a Santa Claus suit, and no, I'm not talking about this movie, but it's one of those things to where the killer really isn't terrifying, because all it is a black mask, and you could clearly see that the person behind it, their skin tone, which is they're white, so that kind of gives it away on, you know, who could be the killer. These friends start dying in horrific ways. There is one kill that I absolutely did love, and it has to do with a hot tub. You might see it right here. And the reason I say that is because how long did the stuntman have to stay underwater to, you know, then burst out? And it's revealed that, nope, this is spoiler free, so I'm not doing that. This is a brand new movie, and it's put out by ITN, but I just, you know, this film, as a whodunit slasher lover, and one of the reasons why I got into like mystery writing and having twists at the end of my films, you know, along with M. Night Shyamalan's influence of The Sixth Sense, Urban Legend, and all those films were the movies that I absolutely loved growing up. You know, like there was no day or time when someone could say, oh, I don't want to watch a Scream movie. It's not entertaining. I already know who the killer is. But you know what? It's about the story. For this story, I'm going to say it is very generic. Like, it is just one of those I Know What You Did Last Summer tropes. And granted, they were going off the whole I Know What You Did Last Summer franchise and the name and the title, which was an opportunist thing to do. And I give them credit. Like, you got to do what you got to do. You know, people are going to think it's part of that franchise. Cool. but it definitely is not up to the same quality as the I Know What You Did Last Summer franchise. But let's not talk about the quality of this film right here. Yeah, I'm sorry, that film doesn't exist. I have no idea what you're talking about at all. No, we are not talking about that film. But yeah, so this film, with the quality, I think they spent more time on the quality of the blood and those effects over props. And the reason I say that here is because here's a photo or two photos of the knife that is used at the final scene. And I couldn't help but think about the scene in Halloween Resurrection where the knife was overly exaggerated. And with this one, you can clearly see the plastic edge, like where the edges meet. Like you can see that. I'm assuming the budget really didn't have anything for the weapons. And I think that's a big part of slashers. I am going to give this film, I Know What You Did Last Christmas, a 4 out of 5 right now. The drama in this film, I'm going to give it a, I don't know, like maybe a scale of 2.5 out of 5 stars, because the drama is foreshadowed by what happens in the dream. Suspense, truthfully, as a horror fan and slasher fan, there really wasn't much suspense, but I'll give it to them. If you're brand new to horror and this is the first film you watch, I'm gonna give it a 1 out of 5 stars. And for comedy, I'm gonna give the comedy, there was really no comedy, so it's a 0 out of 5 stars for me for that. And for the killer reveal, I'm gonna give it a 2 out of 5 stars on the reveal of who's behind the mask and the story and why they did what they did. Like I said, everything about this film is very generic. So if you want to check it out, I Know What You Did Last Christmas is on Tubi, streaming for free, as well as on YouTube on some of the horror channels where they got the distribution rights for it. But anyways, let me know what your thoughts and comments are about this film, and if you've seen it and what did you think. Let me know down below. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. Hit that bell so every time I upload or go live, you get notified immediately. And if you haven't already, subscribe. All right, guys, you're doing a great job. And you know what? Santa is always watching.
Looking for real talk, hot takes, and zero filters? Step into the world of manJohnsonIII, where the commentary is sharp, the reactions are wild, and the entertainment never stops. From reality TV recaps to unfiltered opinions and laugh-out-loud moments. This is the channel you didn't know you needed. See that QR code? Just point your phone's camera at it, let it focus, and a link will pop right up, tap it, and boom, you're in D-Man's Discord server where you can talk directly with him. Hang out with cool people like Supreme, Toasty, and even Jack Connor himself. New episodes, raw takes, live streams, surprises, it's all here, so hit that subscribe button and join the crew. manJohnsonIII. Always real, always entertaining, always real talk.